How are you doing, everyone? It's me, TheDomotaku, and we're here to talk about Tama-chan, the anime, episode 6. I'm just kidding. So, this episode 6 for Fuuka. I must say, this was like really great to watch and just recap about Tama-chan, because honestly, I kind of forgot her whole childhood background and whatnot, and this episode was a good refresher in that. And it also kind of made me cry to an extent. I felt it had some feels, you know, it was quite emotional, her scene, her childhood past backstory flashback thing, and you know, it was just so it made me like Tama-chan just a bit more than usual, and it was making me think that I wouldn't mind Tama-chan being with you, and you know, it's whatever. I won't say what happens in the end or towards later in the series for anyone who doesn't read the manga, but you know, I'm just gonna leave it at that because I won't say what happens with that. So yes, but you can technically tell what happened in this episode. It's quite there. So anyways, this episode features Koyuki. I don't ever use her name. Tama-chan seems so much more easier to use, but anyways, features Tama-chan, and you know how she's dealing with like the whole relationship thing with you, and how it's one-sided, and how she just wants to like, you know, like be together or whatever, right? And then, you know, she gives the tickets. You have the whole flashback of her backstory as a kid and how she was with, you know, with Yukun as neighbors, and the whole situation with her parents and how probably they divorced. And that was some emotional stuff, really. Like, Tama-chan was really, she looked cool as a kid, right? And she seemed like really happy and stuff. And then, you know, when shit hit the fan and she started like being sad, and then Yukun had to like help cheer her up, that was great. So that was like classical cliche childhood childhood backstory thing for anime, right? It's just it was nice. I really liked it. And then, you know, eventually she leaves, and then she has the resolve to make her, she decides to, you know, become stronger. And then, you know, later on they meet again towards the president of the anime, right? So that was really great, and it made me like want to root for Tama-chan and Haruna, or you. And I was like, man, these two were really great together. They really were, and like their whole childhood backstory thing and just childhood friend kind of thing, it just kind of made it more like I want it to happen. I kind of did. So then afterwards you have her meet Fuuka for the first time, and they have some great scenes in the bathtub, and that was about it. And you have a new song finally. So I got what I wanted. I got a new song from Tama-chan in the anime, and it's kind of sad. And they played it in the ending too, so if you didn't catch that, the ending is the same song that she was singing in the beginning of the episode. And it really does, like, it gives the tone of like her whole backstory, and it just felt really sad. Like the ending scene where she's like this, like she's sitting in the dark and she's like super sad in like the snow and whatnot. It was really emotional. This episode was quite emotional, really. And then towards the end, if you stay to the credits, for those of you who don't stay to the credits, you guys missed out on some things. There was a scene in the end of the episode where there are these two dudes in a cafe or a bar, and one of them had a picture of Koyuki and or Tama-chan and you meeting and then doing the pinky promise thing. So now it's all gossip shit, and it's like, should I post this on the internet? Should I become famous? I don't know. So that's what happens there, and you know, shit happens. Shit's gonna happen. Well, where are we? We're halfway done with this series. No. So here's my thinking right now, because I did not expect us to be halfway done with the series. I feel that there were some stuff missing in between in the series. I think that's possible, yeah, because for one, last episode, if I remember correctly, it was them practicing Climbers High for the first time as a band, and then it's like, oh, we're gonna go to the school festival and play some songs. And then all of a sudden it just goes to this time skip where Tama-chan meets you, and then they have the thing where it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be in a band, and then I'm gonna be playing this concert. I feel that there's some stuff in there that was missing, and that's in the manga, because it just feels too, whatchamacallit, it feels too not, whatever, it's structured right a little bit. It kind of seems off to me, but I'm not sure that I'm right or not, but it just kind of feels that way. So yes, besides that, I really like this episode. This episode is really emotional if you like Tama-chan in this series a lot as a character. And to be honest, I really did like her character. She's okay, but then, you know, the name of this anime is called Fuuka, and I was like, yeah, this is Fuuka the anime, not Tama-chan the anime or Koyuki the anime. It's like, but this whole episode was technically dedicated for her, and it really just like, you know, brings her up as like such a super important character in the series. And of course, you know, she technically became friends with Fuuka, so it makes things quite you know, stakey up there for what happens later on in the series, for those of you who don't know. Aha. So anyways, that's what I'm gonna say all for now. I won't say anything else. Next week's episode, episode 7, we'll see what happens then, and unless you read the manga, then oh my gosh, I just remembered what happened in the last chapter, or the latest chapter of the manga. 121, 122. I don't know about that, guys. So anyways, I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on that, but whatever. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video. If you like Tama-chan, the new song, this whole episode, it was really emotional. And once again, it made me like Tama-chan and her character a lot more in this episode, and it made me want to root for her and you to be together. Yes, so like that video and subscribe, because next week we'll see what happens next week. I don't know how big of a skip they'll do for next week's episode, but we're halfway done, guys. We're halfway done, and I'm kind of sad. Unless we get a season 2 for Fuuka, then I'm okay with that. Hopefully that's the case though. So stay tuned, guys. I'll see you guys on the next video on the TheDomotaku channel, and take care, guys. Matane.